Good morning, everyone. It's Kimberly. Welcome back to the channel. This is your weekly messages from the Masters series. So this is the weekend channeling where I sit down early in the morning and I channel the Masters and the Archangels. And then we use the automatic writing and an oracle card spread. So we'll get to that in just a moment. I just want to tell you that I've been seeing a lot of symbols. To me, I don't know exactly how to classify them when speaking to you, but to me, they've looked like a combination between, let's say, the Greek alphabet and light language. Although I've been able to interpret the messages, I don't know exactly what these symbols are. So I'm going to just stay open to whatever comes. If they come up in the writing, then they do, and I'll try to interpret them as best as I can for you, okay? So a couple reminders before we get started. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you guys for joining. Thanks for staying loyal to the channel. I'm still navigating my journey with cancer. As you guys know, it's getting a little bit harder at the moment, but I just want you guys to know that I so appreciate your support, and don't forget that you can still make contributions and donations, and they are needed. You can do so by going to my website and just clicking the donate button up at the top. There's other ways that you can give to me as well, like purchasing the audio meditations, and that way you get a little something, or signing up for my online courses, and that way you guys get something out of it. You know, all of that you can find on my website. Also, I've been guided. I've been wanting, to do more readings and reconnect with the work, just because I feel like it's really good for me at this time. So I've opened up my schedule a little bit more. So you should be able to find, slots available. So I'm doing the 2020 prediction reading, which is a special $75 rate, and it's a limited time. It's just through December. And this is to look at your 2020 forecast for you personally, your year upcoming. You can still book journeying, coaching, and intuitive guidance sessions. And the last announcement is just a reminder, if you guys haven't heard already, I'm holding a transformational weekend for healers and coaches. So if you guys are looking to get into this realm or already are, and you'd like more training, this is like an intensive weekend, and it's to teach you an overview of soul coaching techniques, intuitive practices, and energy work. And it's going to be really great. If you want to check out the agenda curriculum online, you can do so. All that info is on my website, and I hope to see you there. It's and by the way, that's a video conference webinar. It's not something that you have to be in person for this transformational weekend. We've got people signing up from all over, and the space is limited, so make sure it's just about 2 weeks out, so make sure that you get registered. And yeah, I look forward to having you in that workshop. All right, so let's see what comes through the writing here. It's early, as it always is, so I'm still sipping my tea, and I apologize because I probably sound a little raspy. But I feel the most open when I wake up in the morning and they just kind of start calling to me. Before I started the video, I called in Mother Mary. She is here with us. She's saying that Archangel Metatron is here with us as well. So I feel those two essences present. I'm not sure who else will step forward or if we'll even really be able to identify that, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I feel like I'm working with Metatron and Mother Mary this morning. So let's see what they say. Okay, you guys. So obviously, a bunch of symbols are coming out. This is what it's been looking like to me. Actually, they're showing me something else. I'm sorry. They're saying she wants me to draw something else. Okay. So you guys see that? Um, so I'm just gonna like interpret it the way it feels to me, and some of this doesn't really have an interpretation, but I feel like this is like collective. These are collective energy messages for those of you who are on the twin flame journey, awakening at this time in collective consciousness. I feel like this has a lot to do. I have goosebumps here. Like my hair is standing up. You guys, can you see? Completely standing up. I feel like this has a lot to, especially this symbol right here, has a lot to do with the 1111 gateway. And you guys can watch my November forecast or read the written forecast to get more information on what I've been channeling around that literally. But for the collective, so I feel like what they're trying to tell us is there's messages here that they're saying remain open. Like new outcomes are possible in any given moment. Oh, they're saying we open them through belief. They're saying belief is in your heart. And then they want to know, is your heart open? So that's pretty much what's coming through here. So I'll read that again to you, like just as it came through me just now. So they're saying remain open. New outcomes are possible in any given moment. We open them through belief. Belief is in your heart. And then they were like, is your heart open? So this is where they're saying open. Is your heart open? I feel like a lot of this is talking about an opening. So what are they talking about with opening? They're talking about opening your heart to love. They're talking about opening to possibility. They're talking about opening to new outcomes. So the thing that we get tripped up on as human beings is because we are such feeling beings, such sentient beings, we bring the past forward into the present. And so like these stories really do limit us. And a lot of times our expectation of the future is just fully entrenched with what has happened in the past. And we don't even realize it. Fear from the past, usually it's fears. Expectation that it's going to be the same outcome again, or the worst case scenario. We have this sort of ingrained like superstition sort of, and it's like, wait for the other shoe to drop, or if something goes good then something's going to go bad, or it couldn't be this good, how could it be this good? And there's, they want us to know that like the joy and the abundance is our birthright, and like this whole system of thinking that, you have to wait for the other shoe to drop, and it couldn't be this good, something bad's going to happen if something good happens. Or I grew up in a household where my parents used to say, oh my gosh, they used to use such silly expressions, but they would say things like if I won the lottery, they'd say like, I feel like I was going to die the next day. Or like if something good would happen, they would feel like they were going to get struck by lightning that day. Like they literally believed that. And I think that we conjure our luck and we conjure our opportunity and we conjure these openings and we conjure it through our energy field and through not carrying these fear-based beliefs forward. And a lot of these beliefs are programs, they're programs from our parents, our ancestors. They're programs from our fear, our wounding, from the core wounding, and that we carry forward. And like what I feel is like there's a whole gateway that's happening, it's opening for us to even reach like the next timelines. And they're saying new outcomes are possible in any given moment. This isn't just like, well, I really have to put some time into meditating and visualizing. I mean, that stuff is great. And sure, that can't hurt. It helps manifestation immensely to get focused, to visualize. I'll apologize to you guys. I have kitties in the background that are playing and scratching and everything, per usual. But yeah, so like that stuff is great. Great manifestation tools, meditation, visualization, all that stuff. I'm all for it. But what they're saying is like, if you just create the possibility that a new outcome is possible, in any given moment, it can change. In any given moment, there can be a new outcome manifesting. So I really feel like they're saying manifestation is rapid. These new outcomes are based on our own beliefs. And in order to create them, we must open our heart. We must clear the fear. We must clear these programs. There's a huge opportunity to do this during, always, but especially at this heightened time. I feel like during this November month and during this 11/11 gateway, they're saying 11 days before, 11 days after, so we're already in it. So they're saying right through November 22nd, there's this heightened energy. So I get, it's November 2nd today, so we're already in this energy. It's very powerful. So I hope you guys can see this okay. I'm just going to hold it up just so you can see the symbols. And then I'm going to clear this just so that new messages can come through. Okay, let's see what else they have to tell us or remind us. They want us to know that love is free. And I don't think that they mean, like, what I get is like, yes, to love and to be loved can be very freeing, but that's not what they're saying. Like, they're talking literally about like these constraints that we put on love and receiving love, giving love, getting love. A lot of what I hear is around expectation. It's like releasing these expectations that are based in fear. Whoops, I don't know what I just wrote next. They're based in fear. So they're saying like fear, not expectations. It's going to be faith, So there's a contingency around love is what I'm hearing. And we have navigated with this contingency for a long time. It's an ingrained program. It's they're just reminding you that love is free. And this all, what I feel is this all goes in line with like core wounds, like, worthiness, core wounds like around like unconditional love, like I am lovable, worthy or worthiness. Through the wounds, like through not feeling lovable or not feeling worthy, you know, through rejection, abandonment. So through that, we've created this faulty belief system, like love is hard, it doesn't come easy, this person won't love me, I need to be in a certain space to give love, love looks like this, love looks like that, love is an exchange that's equal, love isn't reciprocated when I give it, I've never been loved, love is hard to get, just, you know, things like that. And so they're just, again, they're saying like love is free. Love is free. Try to release all constraints that you have around this and really listen to what that chatter, that language, those beliefs are within you. Why do you feel like love is hard or doesn't come easy? Or why do you feel like there's a contingency on love, or that maybe there's an energy exchange that's needed to love or to be loved or to receive love? So they want to remind you that love is free. I keep hearing that. What is it? Like that Jennifer Lopez song, Love Don't Cost a Thing. They like keep playing that for me in my head right now. It's kind of funny because I don't even really listen to her or know her music. So, but I just keep hearing that. Love don't cost a thing. Love is free. Love is free. And we need this reminder at this time. So they're saying be more free with how you give love. Release the contingency, and then heal these wounds, like these core wounds around worthiness and receiving love, believing, like this belief that love is conditional and or that there's going to be a rejection or abandonment. That's the fear expectation. And again, like this is stuff that I do with you, like in coaching, or if you take my online courses, I help you clear these fear blocks at the root. But this is what's needed. And for some of you, you've done this work and you need the reminder, and you need to go in and like clean some of this up a little bit, because now it's like we can do the work and we can do the healing work and we can get the awareness of what our core wounds are, but it takes a while to integrate. A lot of times it takes a while to practice new beliefs and new thought patterns. So be mindful of this. What else they have to say to us. Okay, so I feel as though they're talking about a cycle. This is representative of a cycle, even though it's linear. Like to me, it's a cycle. And I feel like this is the release down here. And this is like the beginning, start. They're saying there's no end in cycle. There's just a release. And release is a choice. And they're talking specifically about karma. So I'll hold that up so you guys can see it better. So release is a choice. They're talking about karmic cycles. They're talking about this being a start. Like, because when I inquired, I was like, okay, so is this the stop or is this the end? Do I put end here? And they were like, no, there is no end. It's like this. It stops with you decide. It's a choice. It's deciding to release things. So I feel like what they're saying is sometimes karmic situations play out to a literal physical ending. Sometimes they blow up. There's drama. There's a physical ending. But the truth is like the karma doesn't release at that point. So let's just say, for example, you're in a karmic relationship, karmic marriage, whatever it is. One of you cheats. The other person finds out, there's a big blow up, you break up, it's done, one of you moves out or you get a divorce or whatever that is. The relationship's over, you no longer talk. They're saying it doesn't really end there. It ends like within you. It like resides, that release, like that ending is actually the release within you. So if you end something karmically, but you hang on to emotion like angst or resentment, the lesson, we're supposed to extract the lessons from the karmic situations, but I feel like what they're saying is sometimes we take the negative emotions with us forward and it keeps us tied still to that person and or to those cycles. So the release is a choice and you get to release it from within you. So if anyone is struggling with a karmic situation, whether it's work or love or whatever, like this is just a reminder for you to release from within. And that means releasing the dwelling, releasing the resentment, releasing the anger, releasing any negativity, just really making the choice to move forward and to extract the lesson learned. I think they're reminding us of this because a lot of times we do this very subtly. We could say, yes, this ended in the physical. I don't think about that person anymore. I never looked back at that job or whatever, but still there's some like residual something that's in there that needs to be released. And I feel like we need to look at that at this time. Okay. All right. I'm going to move over to the cards. I hope those messages were helpful for you in some way, whoever's listening and watching. So I love you when you guys comment. So comment below. Tell me how this is relevant for you, and if you feel inclined to share with other people what you're going through at this time. It helps. A lot of people really enjoy productive comments. So we're going to pull from the Ascended Masters and Archangels decks first, and then we'll move on to the Oracle and the Angel Therapy. Courage, Archangel Ariel. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. Okay. I'm going to pull what I feel inclined to pull from each deck, and then I'm going to give you the overall messages. Gentleness, Archangel Sandalphon. Be very gentle with yourself at this time. Surround yourself with gentle people, situations, and environments. I have a kitty in a litter box. Again, I apologize for the background noise. I'm sorry, you guys. Leadership, Archangel Gabriel. It's time for you to assume your leadership power and position and lovingly guide others. they're saying this is a crowning card. So nurture. Archangel Gabriel again. So we have two Gabriels here. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. For those of you that don't have children or aren't around children, it could just be that you really need to nurture your inner child in a new way. I'm going to keep going, pulling from the next deck, and then I'll kind of tie in the messages for you, okay? Nope. My cats are so noisy in the litter box. It's ridiculous. Stella. It's like, they're like more OCD than I am about being clean. Work your magic. So we have Babaji, and this is yoga. In reverse, work your magic, Saint Germain. We've got the Merkaba. You are seeing the situation accurately is Horus in reverse. Oh, kitty comes out, kitty goes back in. All right. So let's look at this. So I'm going to start under here, and then we'll pull some clarifiers around these messages. So I feel like this is saying the situation that you're currently in, like the present situation, there's something that you're doubting about it, like, or you're denying yourself seeing, or you're telling yourself, I can stick with this, I can get through this, I can, you know, make it another 4 months in this situation. And they're saying no, like actually deep down you know that you can't, and some of you need to extricate yourself over the next 30 days, I would say. This could be a work situation, it could be a relationship. There's something that, you know, I feel like you're seeing, you kind of know through your mind's eye, your third eye, but you're just kind of telling yourself, you're doubting it, and you're telling yourself, it's like your logical mind is overriding your inner knowing, and you actually do know what's best for you. And what's best for you is like, I just can't take this situation anymore, and the situation isn't right for me anymore. But like you're telling yourself it's got to be a longer timeline than it really needs to be for some of you, or for a few of you. I don't know, this might just apply to a few specific people, but I feel like the message is your third eye, your psychic vision, your inner knowing is the truth. Don't let your logical mind override what you really know, just because you feel like you don't know how it's going to happen or how you would find the closing of the karmic cycle or the new opening. It's important to just see like, oh, this situation isn't working, whatever it is. And then let the universe open the door. If you make the decision to move on or move in a different direction, like let the universe open the door for you, support you, not where you've put a constraint on the timeline within your own logical mind. Let the universe open that timeline up for you sooner than later. Okay? This is where they're saying new possibilities are available to us in any given moment. This is about working your magic with those possibilities, and just, removing the blocks in the belief system, and, working with sacred geometry, working with the light language, working with anything that helps us balance. But I feel like this is transmuting. This is really transmuting the pain into purpose, and the challenging situation into something purposeful or a new direction. This is about manifestation. This is about creation. So yoga, Babaji's coming up in reverse, and I feel like that's just because we're probably not spending enough time in focused meditation. And remember, like, you get to choose what you do each day, and choosing meditation over TV, or choosing meditation over that other thing that you would do for half an hour might be the best thing that you can do for yourself to find the centeredness, the balance, the peace, and to visualize these manifestations. Like I said, you can create new outcomes by removing the block in an instant. But meditation and these types of spiritual practices that bring us back into ourselves, that help us find our center, that enable us to feed our desires and visualize and hear the inner voices and hear the inner knowing, that's needed at this time. So for some of you, you need that reminder. It might not be yoga exactly, but it might just be like a meditation practice. Okay? I feel like this courage is about courage to leave something at this time. To say, hey, this isn't my truth, and I don't want to be in something that's not authentic or true for me. And remember, if you watch my November forecast, which I hope you do, or I hope you did, I'm really talking about this new resolve. And this resolve is like, I'm moving forward in my truth. And that means you're leaving something behind. In all transition, in all changes that we make, in all manifestations, and everything that we do, they're really reminding us to be gentle with ourselves, to nurture ourselves. And especially when our blocks have been rooted in fear and limitation. And then we remove those blocks, and it is a newfound freedom for us. And it's going to feel really, really good. But we have to remember too, like, these are big steps. So we must nurture ourselves at the deepest level. That means giving ourselves what we need. This is about surrounding yourself with only people and places, situations, environments that feel good to you. And that does mean whatever present situation you've been seeing is not good for you, not the right thing. It's time to have the courage to leave and work on new manifestations. For many of you, you're being called into leadership. You're being called into teaching, healing. There's a reason why I'm holding this intensive the weekend of November 16th and 17th for healers and coaches, because I feel like so many of you are ready to step up in 2020. And some of you don't need certifications and law. You already have these innate abilities. You just need some structure, and you need some guidance and expertise and a platform to practice. But you're ready. A lot of you are ready, and you're being called forth to lead the collective, to share your gifts, to help, to lead, to teach, to coach. And I really feel like you are lovingly guiding others who need it at this time. Let's see what the wisdom of the Oracle deck says to us. To the sea. So they're saying, wash this away. Bring your doubts about a situation to the sea. This is about washing it away. This is cleansing the emotional body. I feel like it's washing away the doubt and the fear, because you know which way to go. That compass is pointing you what the next step is, but you got to wash away what's been, what has been, what's happened, and they want us to do that. So water might be a good way to do that. Showers, cleansing, baths, literally going in the ocean. So they're saying by the book, they're saying have courage to break this pattern of, these programs, this how we're supposed to do things, right? And this is an 11 card if we look at it upright. But it's have courage to lead on your own, or to develop something new, or it might be you developing your own format, or this is your unique voice, having courage to express that. And regardless of what you were taught that you needed to be, or that you should be, or how things should look, or how your career should look, or how your choices should look. This is about courage and being brave to stand up for what you believe in and to take your own path, blaze your own trail, and create something. This is really about creation. I'm just going to put these like this. So there's chaos and conflict. Might be why they're reminding us to be gentle. This is about getting away from those situations that are unhealthy, which someone's maybe projecting on us. I really get the projection a lot. So some of you have people in your life that are projecting on you. To fight back against those people is kind of like fruitless. And I want to say that because, one, you are a vibrational match to any projection. So if you're being projected upon, there's some unhealed wound within you. It might just be so that you can come into your power for once and for all and say, I don't need these types of relationships, or I'm not going to stand in front of this projection. I'm coming into my power and work my magic, and I'm going to release myself from these types of situations. But I feel like this is healing the root so that we don't get that. So we're not matched up to that vibrationally. I'm not saying it's your fault. Obviously, it's horrible to be projected upon. I've been there and I understand it. And it still happens to me at some level. And whenever it does, it's like an alert for two things. It's one, it's like stand in your power. Don't allow this. One, set your boundary. Walk away from this person. Like, don't allow them to project on you. And then two, it's going behind the scenes and saying, well, how was I a match for that? Like, what was it within me vibrationally or at the core that's still unresolved that's matching me to that? And usually when you do that, you can get to it pretty quickly. So removing yourself from these situations is the first step. Standing in front of the person who's projecting upon you, probably not going to be helpful. Probably going to create more chaos and conflict. Probably going to trigger you more. Probably going to keep you in these loop cycles. So that's a reminder to nurture yourself, release yourself from these situations, find more supportive relationships, but look from within to why that was there in your life in the first place, right? And they're saying there's a crowning card here too. Serendipity. So that's saying we have some luck coming in, and I feel like it's coming in soon. I feel like this is when you're courageous enough to break free from these situations and break free from this, what others want you to do or how you've been told it should be. When you wash that away, like the new stream of luck comes in, and this is luck. It's chance meetings, it's serendipity, it's synchronicities, nurturing yourself in a new way, putting yourself first creates new opportunities. Yeah, remember what I said earlier when I was doing the automatic writing, we conjure our own luck. We conjure that. Go back now to the beginning of that video when I said that. Now connect this with with the work your magic and this luck. We're conjuring that through creating new possibilities, through removing the fear blocks and the faulty belief systems and freeing ourselves. So new outcomes being possible. So this is about believing in the law of attraction. So it's in reverse because I think some of you are doubting it. You're saying, oh God, if I leave that, how am I going to manifest the new opportunity? Or am I going to be alone? Or am I going to have enough money in this next phase of my life? Or is there going to be enough abundance for me? This is saying trust in by being courageous, by following your truth, by taking a stand, by being a leader, by owning your gifts, by following your creation energy, removing the blocks, getting out of the old programs. Trust that relationships and activities are changing. The ones that you did enjoy and the people that you did enjoy, they're changing. But be reminded that You're going to attract in the new and the better, and it's coming in serendipitously through this luck that you're conjuring, through this new belief. You're creating the opportunity for new outcomes. That means new people, new opportunities, new gate openers, right? So, oh, I get a low battery message. Whoops. So yeah, so it's important messages. And let's just pull from the angel therapy deck. Final messages from the higher beings. Goddess. So it's saying it's safe to express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. So again, we're talking about nurturing, we're talking about creation, we're talking about divine feminine energy being the lead here in what we're creating. So this could be if you're a masculine watching this, and or if you're a feminine, this is about your divine feminine leading your choices. This is about you making decisions from your intuition, from your inner knowing, and then creating the magic. See, embracing, working your magic, creating the new from this divine inspiration, this feminine energy. Okay, so they're saying this is kind of underneath here. I feel like that's complete. I'm just going to leave it at that. So I hope these messages are helpful, and I love you guys. Again, if you want to work with me, donate, or sign up for a workshop, you can do so on spiritualmaterialgirl.com. I'll see you guys soon, all right? Bye.